It's October 18th, 2021. I went to get my bagel this morning. It's only $1.25, and luckily I had change left over. And while I was in the bagel store, Top Bagels, what it's called, there was a gentleman that came in dressed with a patch on his arm that I was able to read from standing to a person behind him. And on it, because he had a helmet as well, but not a bicycle messenger helmet or any of those, but more of like a spelunking kind of a helmet on top of a backpack. But I could see the NYC, and he had on the official NYC cargo looking pants. But his patch read inspection, I think he said inspection of buildings for this city Department of New York. And so I waited until his transaction was finished with the cashiers, and then I tried to get his attention real quick to ask him what I should do about that there's open sewer grates in Bayside Station, like all over Main Street in Bayside, and that I've been smelling some stuff, different smells depending on what section of the area it is. I told him one was rotten eggs, and then in a different direction it was, and this morning it smells more fish. Lately they've been deodorizing it, but I guess he took a pause on that, and the smell of fish came back. So I asked this gentleman, since he's a professional, and he said, he said 311 is the way he would go, but to ask for the city representatives, he called it something, but I think he was insinuating, he called something specific, which I can't remember. But I think he was insinuating like that the representative's ID of some sort. So this way, if I have to make several calls at least, and then I'm like, yeah, but I mean, like, I don't understand if it's something so dangerous as, like, could be a toxic something. Why does it take several calls through? He's like, no, he says, and he says, plus normally on when you call in, they put in, there's like some kind of database, which again, I just saw some movie. It was really disturbing. I didn't watch the whole movie that Linda watched, about some call center representative, and it was a really strange movie. Not my cup of tea. So anyway, but they show there that when you make a call in, it was like some kind of sophisticated database thing that follows the caller. So now I don't know. I mean, nobody tells us what the city actually is working off of, but I don't understand why when somebody calls in and it could be a potential hazard, why it's not chased. But anyway, so this gentleman was very, very kind, and gave me some really great pointers. So I appreciate that. So thank you. Earlier to running into him, I walked my son to school, and I ran in to the police officer that I normally mention stuff to when I see him. And I asked him, I said, what do you think? I mean, like, if it's, I mean, I guess they're saying it's gas. Oh, and I mentioned to the other security, to the building inspector gentleman, I said, what's really weird is they refer to it as natural gas. But Bank of America was doing some kind of repair work just recently. And while they sent some kind of private security guard, I guess, in the bank to watch over the workmen, being that it was like after hours or whatever. And I noticed that on the private security uniform, the private security uniform said on a badge, like a patch, it said gas, GAS, which I thought was a weird, like, name for a security company, that they would use those particular three letters. Because when I said to him that I had already called in gas, well, I called in the smell, they referred to it as, or somehow it got referred as almost like a natural gas, because I don't really think it's natural. It does not smell natural. Like a fish maybe smells natural, but the rotten eggs, it leaves a weird taste in your mouth, and it like takes your breath away and makes it hard to breathe. It does not feel natural at all. So that happened. So I did report in to the city building inspector directly. So thank you for whoever that was that sent him my way, as some spontaneous, serendipitous moment of universal wisdom or gifting, a messenger of some sort. And so that's it. So it's October 18th, 2021. Nicole Cattaruzza, star 1978, star 8378. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken.